Yo, what's going on everyone? My name is Ovian. Welcome to a new FIFA 20 video on the channel, guys. Today we're gonna talk about the icon swaps too, about the players in this icon swaps, about the combinations that you can do, about the icons that you could choose, that you should choose, that you need to choose, and about the players that you need to avoid. Before getting started, as always, you're more than welcome to smash the like button if you're enjoying the content on the channel. If you want to see a double upload today, in the moment when we hit 1400 likes, I'm gonna have the second video with my first games in Foot Champions from this weekend league. So fellas, to be honest, I was a bit disappointed when I saw the players available in this icon swap. First of all, 89 rated Ronaldinho. Like, yeah, okay, I'm a fan of the big man in real life and also about his other two versions in the game, but his 89 rated card to be added in this icon swap and to be rated so high in the number of tokens, 20 plus, 21 plus, that's way too much for a card that is not that good in game. Lacks space, in my opinion, but let's not get ahead of ourselves, and I'm just gonna go through all the icons. Bobby Moore, 66 pace, fantastic defending, good physical, decent dribbling, but 66 pace. No way you're going for Bobby Moore. No way. Frank Rijkaard, 70 pace. Again, we're gonna have problems with a few players regarding the pace. 75 dribbling, 86 defending, 81 physical. This guy is slow even for a center back, but imagine for a CDM. No way you're doing Rijkaard. There are a lot of other options that are much better on the market. Fernando Hierro. Fernando Hierro is an interesting option indeed. You require a total of 6 icon swaps to get him, and he's not a bad center back. He's got decent pace, he's got decent defending, decent physical, but again, I wouldn't use the tokens for a center back unless the center back is really good and can play maybe multiple positions. So no, I would not go for Fernando Hierro either. Edwin van der Sar. Now, this is important here. In my opinion, Ter Stegen is still better than Edwin van der Sar, but van der Sar being an icon gives you the opportunity to link him up a bit easier in the squad. An icon goalkeeper is an important player on the pitch. Gives you the chance to have other combinations of center backs to give them full chemistry. I think he requires not a lot, 6 icon swaps, and you can also combine him with other players. Van der Sar for me is okay. You could do Van der Sar. We're gonna talk at the end of the video also about some player combinations that you could do and include Van der Sar also. Next, we've got Raul. And Raul is a big no-no. Don't go for him. Decent pace, decent shooting, so-and-so dribbling, 88 might seem high. Doesn't feel in-game that good. I remember testing his card a bit on another account of mine, and at least for me, he didn't feel as agile and as good as dribbling as the stats look like, because the stats at dribbling look good, but in game, not so much. Let's go to the next one. Ronald Koeman is a very interesting option. You could use him as a center back. First of all, you need for him 10 icon swaps, 10 tokens. You can use him as a center back. He's got good pace, he's got good defending, good physical, he's got decent dribbling, actually very good dribbling for a center back, and great passing and shooting. Ronald Koeman is a type of player that you could start as a center back and move as a CDM. A very interesting option that you need to consider. Clarence Seedorf, also another player that you could consider, and he's another player that can be combined with other players from the icon swaps. So you could have 2 icons, 83 pace, 84 dribbling. For sure, he is a very interesting player that I would recommend for you guys. Next, we've got Robert Pires, and I'm just gonna tell you, no way, Jose. A left midfielder, a left forward, left striker, a player in that position with 82 shooting, an icon. No, thank you. No way we're gonna do that. Nakata, I'm not gonna even mention him. I'm sorry. Each year is the same story. Nakata is not usable. It's not at a high level. Sokratis, on the other hand, is a very interesting player, but you need to be careful and think about what formation you are using or you're gonna use. For example, Sokratis seems big, powerful, strong, pacey enough for a midfielder, but guys, it doesn't have at all defending. Bad stats at defending. So if you are playing a 4-4-2 formation, 4-2-3-1, 4-2-2, and you want to play him as a CM, CDM, I wouldn't advise you to pick this player. You can use him as a left central midfielder or a right central midfielder in a 4-3-1-2 or in a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. Those are the two formations where he excels. He's very, very good. Now, Gianluca Zambrotta. If you haven't done my Zanetti from the first icon swaps, for sure you need Gianluca Zambrotta, a player that is extremely versatile, a player that, as you're about to see, and it's very, very important, 5 stars weak with 4-star skills. This guy can play as a right back. This guy can play as a central midfielder, a box-to-box central midfielder. And you could even put on him a Deadeye, for example, to improve a lot his finishing, considering he has already a lot of acceleration. And you can use him in the midfield as a box-to-box player. For sure, maybe the most OP player in this icon swap, and he needs 11 icon swap to items. Those are not a lot considering how versatile and good Zambrotta is. Luis Figo, played him in a lot of drafts. You need 13 icon swaps. I believe that there are better players in that position on the pitch. He's good Figo, but there are players that are better on the pitch. Sol Campbell now. You know, when I first thought about the icon swaps in the first season, I was like, okay, I'm doing a player, and for how long am I using him? Are there any players in this icon swap season that I'm gonna use until the end of the game? And in the first icon swap, I chose Zanetti, who is an endgame player. He plays as a central midfielder, also as a right back. Now, Sol Campbell, except for dribbling, and I don't really use it a lot. It is pleasant to have centre-backs with good ball control and dribbling, but I remember last year I had Sol Campbell. He was an absolute tank endgame player for me. I think he's a top 3 contender for my player pick in this icon swap. You need 14 items, 14 tokens, and guys, he's got fantastic defending and physical. He's got already 89 interceptions, standing tackle 80, slide tackle 93, strength 95, aggression 89, jumping 88, acceleration and sprint speed is very, very good. He's tall, he's strong, he's fat, he's big, man. He is, as I told you, a top 3 player for me from this icon swap, especially because I don't need to do all the tokens to get that SCN that we're gonna talk about him later on. So Sol Campbell for me will be maybe the choice, the player to go to. A center back that I will use until the end of the game. Next, we've got Gary Lineker. High rated. I don't advise you to do him. Balance 79, agility 83. A striker, needs to be very agile. For sure, he's great at finishing. Decent pace, decent stamina, strength. But balance and agility for a striker need to be high this year. You need to be able to dribble very well. Now, Laurent Blanc. For sure, this player, this CM, is not an end-game player in your squad, but also for sure, he can play for at least 2-3 months from now on in your squad. I had him 2 months ago. He was an absolute tank at the midfield. He's got the pace, the shooting, the offensive presence, and also in defense. He's big man, 6'3". If you put shadow on him, he goes at around 88, 89 defending, which is very, very important for sure. Another player that if he fits in your team, you need to consider him and he's worth doing. Mid icon pack, no way, Jose. Luis Hernandez, unfortunately, no. He is agile, very agile, but 3 stars weak foot, 4 striker. It's not something that you want to in your squad, especially because, guys, in FIFA 20, it's versatility in attack. It's sometimes extremely difficult to finish, and if you don't have that weak foot at minimum 4 stars, it's a big problem. So Luis Hernandez for sure no. Now Barnes is an interesting player that has 4 stars weak foot, 4 star skill moves. Attribute details, they're great everywhere: shooting, pace, physical, passing distance. But when you see balance 77 and agility 85, you just go to the next one. Alessandro Del Piero. You do need a lot of icon swaps. If you want to do one player only, he's interesting. With Hunter on him, he goes to 95 and then 95 pace, something like that, which is enough for a striker. His finishing, his shot power, they go at close to 99. But again, we feel that 73 balance and that 87 agility. That is a big problem. I felt like my base Del Piero was quite good, even though he doesn't excel at dribbling. He has the advantage, like this version of Del Piero, that they're small, 174 centimeters. But still, guys, I believe there are better options considering the number of tokens that Del Piero needs to have. Now, Ronaldinho. This is, I think, in my opinion, a big mistake from EA Sports. 21 icon swaps, tokens. For an 89 rated Ronaldinho, indeed he has 4 stars whip with faster skill moves, that's quite nice. But guys, acceleration 81, sprint speed 80, like, please. Then finishing shot power there. Agility 85, balance 84. I think this was a big mistake from EA. They should have given a much better player considering the amount of tokens that this requires. Now, before getting into SCM, we've got Patrick Vieira, great icon, but he requires 23 icon swaps. 23, guys. That's so much. It's same level as SCM, but SCN I believe is better than Patrick Vieira. Vieira with 81 pace, 86 defending, 89 physical, very similar with Sissoko in the game, a very similar player with him. I believe that considering the amount of tokens needed for Vieira, it's not worth doing. I don't think he's an endgame player. I wouldn't do it. That's my opinion. On the other hand, Michael Essien, 90 rated CDM with 87 acceleration, 84 sprint speed. Shot power 87, long shots 86. Imagine that you could put at this player, you could put Hunter, you could put Hawk, you could put offensive tactics, offensive chemistry styles, because his defending and physical is already top notch. You can make this guy great at finishing because he's already good and great with shot power and long shots. And at defending, 90 defensive awareness, defending awareness, 92 standing tackle, 91 sliding tackle, aggression 87, stamina 94. If you're gonna do all the icon swaps, then my advice is not to go for any combinations of players. Just get SCN. That's my advice. He's an end game player, a fantastic option for your team that you're not gonna swap until the end of the game. Now, my player pick most likely will be Campbell because it doesn't require a lot of tokens, and he is, as a center back, he is end game in my opinion. Also take into consideration, guys, that you're gonna have to wait around 2 months from now on, I think, to do that SCN. That's a lot. Take also that into consideration. Another great option is Zambrotta, who offers you the opportunity to pair him with Clarence Seedorf. So let's talk a bit about combinations. You've got Zambrotta with Seedorf, a great combo. Zambrotta needs 11, Seedorf needs 10. You could combine Zambrotta also with Ronald Koeman, who's a great player that can be swapped and played as a CDM after minute 1. You can use Zambrotta with Sokratis if you're playing a 4-3-1-2 for 1-1-2 narrow. Another great option, in my opinion, if you're going for one player, is Laurent Blanc, but consider him not as an endgame player. If you want to combine Blanc, you can combine him, for example, with Van der Sar, a player that offers you versatility in defense. The option to use different center backs, different nationalities as center backs, different leagues. So guys, these are my thoughts about the icon swaps second season. Leave a comment below if you've got any questions. Also let me know after watching this video, and of course after watching other videos about icon swaps, what are your thoughts? Who are you going to do? Don't forget to drop a like if you want to see my First for Champions video going live later this evening. My name is Ovi and I'll see you guys later.